Very good evening. This discussion is about the education system of India. It has many connotations, but before that, we talk. The first disclaimer I want to put, it is not a political video. It doesn't point any party, leader, or any association to put in charge for good or bad of the current affairs of the education system. It is totally an experience and what to be done, what can be done. It is about that. My name is Abhimanyu and I'm going to discuss about this. Yes, it is a time of election and the voice of people is being heard more in this time. So, this video and the point put in the video. And the discussion doesn't only belong to the central government, it belongs to state government also. And it is not only about current central and state government, but all the past 30 years or 40 years state and central government which are responsible for this about education system and denial or systematic depreciation of the education system. The focus of this video is parents, students, and well-wisher of education system. In electoral politics, if you see, it amounts to roughly 65 crore people, which is large enough to influence and put pressure on the state and central government to think about it. So here we go. The talk is about education system. If you see, the education is divided in three parts. To simplify, nursery to 6 is a primary, 7th to 10th or 12th secondary, and after 12th is a higher education. Frankly, if you see, primary and secondary education in India, including all states, barring few, I don't want to take name of those states who have done good or doing good. Otherwise, you will be labeled anti-national any day. But in general, secondary and primary education has gone for a toss. Let me give some examples. Why I should give an example? You see the example around you. Can any one of you see through in a village, in a taluka, in a city, in a town around you, which is giving or which is state or government school giving a good primary education? I define again, primary is nursery to 6th. Hopefully no. Because it is not there. Yeah, it is there where some temples or babas, those who have started, they have some legacy and some schools are doing as a ritual, or some madrasas. It means the primary education has been left to somebody, and that somebody nobody knows. Yeah, there is another section, that is a private sector. Most of the children, which I know because I come from the middle class or like that. So everybody's children for primary education, they are going for either the religious kind of schools which are existing from the years with no values, or I don't know, curriculum, who decides that, or to the private. That is a problem. If you see the world over, the education system is being driven by the governments because it's a basic right. Developing countries, you go to any sphere of the world, these are very basic rights which are not existing with us. It is not that it cannot happen, but not happening. I will not blame even those private institutions who are running the schools. Rather, I will thank them that at least they have created an alternative, that education exists. But the issue is with the government and governments, and again I repeat, last 30, 35, 40 years, which has to be addressed. And how? There is a point. Number one, the foundation of any society starts with the bottom, or any strong foundation leads to the better results. A strong tree is required for a strong root is required for a strong tree. Strong fundamental required for strong building. Similarly, strong education is required for the better India and the better education system. Why it is not existing? There may be some negative aspects which I will miss to tell, but obvious to all of us. But it's possible. In the next 2 minutes, I will try to explain why it is possible, why the government can do, and how it can happen. For government, school is not a profit-making place. That is number one. Number two, for the government, place doesn't require to be paid. The government have enough places in terms of land or buildings where schools can be started. Number three, when the government starts negotiation, it will be on the larger scale. So the better negotiation can be done in terms of any facility required for the schools. So roughly 30 to 40% cost reduction can be done in the management of school. What? The method the private schools are using. So a better alternative can be created through the system of the government. Only the will is required. Now coming to the point, if you see the world over, the most difficult stage of teaching is a primary, and in that also nursery to first and second classes, where the toddlers has to be tolerated because they have many moods and swings. They are on a learning stage. The character, the discipline, the disciple has to be built. If you see world over, and the teachers for these students are highly paid. But in our country, in our education system, we know what is that. Thus, also, if we want to make the real good education system in the country, there are a few recommendations. Number one, appeal to the parents, students, and well-wisher of the education system. Let us demand with each electoral party, leader, and politician in the forthcoming parliamentary election. Are you giving education as a right? In right spirit. Each parent, each student, and each well-wisher of good education system should put the pressure on their own influential places area that in the agenda of the governance, education has to be number one, and that to primary and secondary education. If you are not doing that, then we reserve our right to vote for you. We as a citizen need to exercise our power for the right cause at the right time, at the right place. This is a trigger point to start our discussion, to start asking the right in the right manner for Education for India. I repeat, Education for India. Believe me, if we sustain our pressure with a demand which is a very basic right as per the Constitution of India, it will come. It depends. Are we asking repeatedly? Are we making accountable repeatedly? Do we believe that education is very important for progressive society of India? Here I end this video to promise to come next, provided this all discussion has appealed you and who are watching this video through various sources. If it is not, then this video ends here. Otherwise, there is no need for me to come back again to bring another discussion which has many in the same continuation, but to be a person who is trying to push some agenda which is not happening to society. until unless this video hits 1 million, I will not come back to say or discuss the more finer nuances of this education system which can help us. And please believe, once again, the parents and students and well-wisher of education system, nothing will change in 6 months or 1 year time. The sustained pressure, the sustained dialogue, and the sustained understanding of this educational values will change. Rest. We see you next time, probably if this video reaches to sizable number of people. Thank you. Good night.